Hi Aries, welcome to your mid-March reading. Thank you so much for joining me. If you would be interested in booking a reading or finding out where to leave a donation to the channel, do check out the description box for all of the details. Let's get into the astrology quickly before we talk cards. So on the 18th is full moon in Virgo, which is, I think, an exceptional time for you Aries to just really get down in paper how you're going to go about kickstarting these brand new plans of yours. It's a really mystical full moon, so it's probably a really good idea for you to just kind of quieten down and have a bit of an internal conversation, just see where you are. There might be a need for you to turn your light on all the way. It's the full moon before your season, and so we get into this Aries season. There is the Sun entering your sign on the 20th. It's also the day of the equinox and the astrological new year, so happy birthday Aries. On the 27th, Mercury, the planet of communication, moves into your sign, and finally, Aries, it feels like you're making headway in terms of negotiations, what you're, like, getting what you're worth, value, monetary value, as well as material things. Things begin to really fall into place. On the 31st, there's a new moon in your sign, and I always think that this new moon in Aries is one of the most powerful new moons, just because there is so much fire backing this beginning. And so we're preparing to go from water into your fire element. And it's really funny, I had to redo this video because the candles went on, and I'm feeling the need for this fire energy, this gusto, this moment of like really revving the engines, you know, and releasing the handbrake and then shooting straight out of the gate. Aries, I think you're excited. I think now up until the 20th, it's probably, I guess, a really good time to just try and fit in as much rest as you possibly can, because I do feel like there's going to be a lot of energy in your season this year, and I do feel like it's gonna have a lot to do with bottom of the deck, that is the death card. Let's read out the cards and then I'll get into the message. Oh, beautiful. Queen of Pentacles, hello. The World, nice one. That's the Nine of Wands, the Five of Cups, and the Chariot. So I saw the Five of Cups first, and I guess it's pretty safe to say, Aries, it might be time for a bit of a just like a shift of perspective kind of thing, you know. I feel like, yes, there has been things that you've had to lose along the way. Emotionally speaking, they may have felt like they'd left you feeling a bit drained or empty, you know. And I think when we make peace with our losses, and this could be your energy, your resources, your beauty, your time, whatever it is, you gotta kind of embrace it for being a part of your tapestry. And that Two of Cups, meaning what you still have with you, the resources that you still have, will get you to wherever you're trying to get to. A necessary perspective shift, Aries, I think is gonna feel like a natural thing as we build into your energy. This new moon might be a really good new moon to just really push through and go forward with the things that you've wanted to do. I don't think you need to think about it anymore. I just think you need to go forward. And I say that because this is the Chariot card. Card of Cancer, fellow cardinal sign, an emotional new beginning. And I do think that this has everything to do with your emotions and how you're having to really view the glass half full, you know. You're really having to make leeway and make breaks in this energy. Okay, I do feel like there is an element to your creature comforts, what you've accomplished, what you've gathered, what you've gained, almost acting like a protective barrier between you and the world. And it's so funny that the World card is here, because I do feel like one cycle has wound up, and so another one is about to start. And so it's a really good idea for you to kind of embrace the fact that this Virgo full moon gives you an opportunity to kind of get back in your magic a little bit, to feel abundant and to feel pragmatically like you're making leeway. I do feel like there is massive transformations, and they might even involve moving on, because there's nowhere left to go with a certain situation, Aries. And so this transformation that you're going through mid-March, I think it's truly to seal the coffin shut in something that needed to come to an end. And you might have to do it in a very matter-of-fact kind of way, because I think it's probably a good idea to promise yourself a brand new start, because you know there's no way you can go with the situation that was. There's no way you can go with it now. And kind of making amends with that, and accepting that there's a transformation that comes at the end of this, which means that you get to see a new dawn. Cutting things out, King of Swords. There you are, Hierophant and the Star card. And I think that's really only just to solidify and crystallize a lot of what your ambitions are. And I do feel like there might be this spiritual calling as we're getting closer into your season. There might be a spiritual pull that's kind of really requiring you to not only cut out the toxicity around you, but kind of cut out where you're not really focused on a very necessary objective. Don't think too hard about it, okay? I do feel like there is a contribution that you make that involves you really getting in the zone a little bit and kind of cutting away from stuff that you know is just It's time to move on, Aries. It's an emotional new beginning, right? You're going in search of something that's more emotionally fulfilling for you, and if you decide not to take this journey, it is something that is going to, you're gonna feel it, because you might actually regret not doing it. And so I do think it's really important for you to embrace the fact that there has been a cycle that has very much come to a close and very much come to an end. And whatever the end of that chapter was, was ultimately for your highest and best good. And now you move forward, and you've got to go in pursuit of new things, of new higher heights, of things that are really going to progress your financial abundance. And so get in line with whatever these dreams are. Aquarius energy, Taurus energy, Cancer, Aries, Scorpio, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus energy is really strong in here. Aries, you're closing out a chapter, okay? And I do feel like making your peace with what you've had to leave behind, or what has built, or what has gone, is going to be a massive, massive part of this full moon. And knowing that you need to move forward and close out a certain chapter, because there's nowhere left you can go with one chapter. There is actually nowhere else you can go with it. It kind of puts you now at this, right at the beginning, right in front of what your true hopes, dreams and aspirations are. And once the clarity comes through, I think you'll understand that you really are at the beginning stage of a brand new start. And you can actually make of it whatever you want, especially a lot of finances and a lot of freedom. Aries, if you enjoyed the reading, do give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment. I love it when you do that. Book a reading, rubyreadstarot.com. Thank you so much for joining, Aries. Take care and I love you. Bye.